Welcome to Plett Projects. Today we're going to do something a little different. After finishing the patio project, I looked at the hours on the tractor that I'm borrowing and noticed that they were over 200 hours, and you're supposed to do a maintenance at 200 hours. So what we're doing today is we're going to try to figure out how to change the hydraulic fluid. It's the hydraulic and transmission fluid on the tractor. So we're going to bring the tractor into the garage. We're going to drain the fluid. We're going to replace the fluid filter. And then there's also another metal filter that has a magnet in it that picks up any metal shavings that may come through the system. So we're going to take that out and clean off the metal shavings from that. I've never done this before, so hopefully it goes smoothly. So come along for the ride. Oh, by the way, it's a John Deere 1023e tractor. It's like a compact tractor, so it's not like a full-size tractor that you would see out plowing fields. But it is a nice little tractor that proved very useful in my patio project, digging and hauling pavers and hauling the gravel and sand and all that good stuff. So I'm very grateful that my friend Mark lent it to me, and as a little way to help repay that favor, I'm going to be changing the hydraulic fluid. So the first thing we need to do is bring it into the garage and get it up off of the ground a little bit so I can get underneath it. So what I have is I have a few rough cut boards that I haven't planed yet, so we're going to use those to drive up on and hopefully get it up high enough to where I can work underneath the tractor. Okay, now we have to find the drain plug for the transmission and hydraulic fluid. And I have a couple pans here. It holds 4 gallons, and then switch them out when I need to. I'm going to put some cardboard under there though. So I wonder if I should take off this back basket. If the hydraulic fluid is holding it up, I don't want it to drop on me. That might not be a bad idea. Let's see what we got here. I might need to start it. Well, that's as low as it goes, so I think it should be okay. Alright, now can I get underneath there? Okay, I think that right there is the drain bolt. We're going to have to undo that to drain the hydraulic fluid. So that's what we're going to do next. There, it's loose. There we go. We'll get a bucket ready in case we need it. It's getting pretty full now, so I'm going to need to swap buckets. Looks like it's starting to slow down a little bit. Now I should open up the cap on the top and it'll flow faster, but since I'm trying to switch these without making much of a mess, since I didn't get a oil pan that holds 4 gallons, I'm just letting it drain out slowly. Okay, I think I'm gonna switch it out again. So it worked well to put the top one in. Hold it while you pull out the bottom one. Okay, it's pretty well drained out. So the next thing we need to do is remove the filter. So that wheel you see in the picture, that's the back right wheel. So the drain plug is closest to the back right wheel. And then the filter is a little bit towards the front. There it is right there. And we're gonna see if we can loosen it by hand. If not, we'll have to figure out a wrench to do the job. Okay, we're gonna try to I don't know if we can get it by hand. So it's a smooth filter and it's a little oily, maybe from my gloves, I don't know. I'm gonna get a towel. Okay, I think it's moving. Might bring this other pan underneath in case it starts dripping. It's definitely dripping. Okay, so we have the filter off. Next step is to put the new filter on, as long as we're over here. So I'll go get the new filter. And you want to get the same one, the LVA 16054. There isn't an alternative part. You have to get the John Deere one. But you could save some money and buy it on Amazon rather than directly from a dealership. It's about $30 from the dealership. So what we're going to do is take a little bit of oil and rub it around the gasket. Or you can use grease. We're just going to put a little oil around the rubber gasket. That'll help it form a seal. And then we're going to screw this new part on by hand. And you're going to screw it on until the rubber makes contact with the metal. And then you need to turn it another 1/2 to 3/4 of a turn, and you'll feel when it makes contact. Okay, so it's making contact now. So we want to turn it another 1/2 to 3/4. And if you need to use something to get a little better grip, you can use a towel. You just want it tight enough to form a good seal. Okay, so that one is on. So now the next part is there's a metal screen filter that we want to get out and see what kind of metal shavings are in there. And that's the one that might be a little hard to get to. So here's the bucket of oil that we have. It actually looks pretty dirty. The main reason they want to do the 50-hour service is to get any metal shavings out. Your oil should be fairly clean at the 50-hour. This isn't absolutely filthy, but it's not clear. So there's a hose clamp over behind this back left tire that we need to loosen. There's a hose clamp right in there we have to loosen. All right, so I'm gonna try to loosen this hose clamp. Okay, I think I might need to undo that hose clamp as well. So I want to pull off that hose clamp and this one over here, so I can just pull the hose off. And there are two different types of hose clamps. So this one looks like I can just use a socket to get that one off. So I'll try that one next. Actually, I might just have to use a wrench. I don't know if the socket will fit in there. Let's see what size wrench I need. It looks like it's loose. So there's the hose clamp that I need to remove. Okay, there's 2 hose clamps in there that I need to remove to get that hose off. So now it's time to undo this bolt right here. If we can get it in there. There it goes. All right. So check this out. Look at all of that metal stuck to this filter. So there's a magnet in there, and all that metal is from inside the tractor. So what we're going to do is just take a towel and wipe it off. And then I have a telescoping, can that get in focus? I have a telescoping magnet that I'm going to stick in that hole and see what other metal we can pull out of there before we put it back together again. Okay, so if you look in there, you can see that magnet. We're going to go ahead and pull that out and see if there's anything in there. And then we'll put it back together, put it back in there. Okay, so we're going to pull this magnet out, and we're going to wipe that magnet off. And it's covered with really fine metal. So we'll put that back in there. Okay, that's ready to go back on, but I bought a telescoping magnet from Harbor Freight. I'm gonna stick that in there and see what metal we can pull out. So far we haven't gotten a whole lot stuck to it. Doesn't look like it's picking up a whole lot. There's a little bit on the end. Okay, so we're gonna put everything back together. Everything's put back together. Now we just have to add the oil. By the way, the oil I'm adding is this tractor transmission hydraulic fluid from Farm and Fleet. It says it's for John Deere tractors or John Deere equipment. So hopefully this is the right kind of oil. We put 4 gallons in. Let's check to make sure it's full. And it looks like it's full. And that's all there is to it. So there you go. That's how you change the hydraulic fluid on a John Deere 1023e or other comparable John Deere tractors. Well, that's another episode of Plett Projects. If you like what you watched and you want to see more of this content and follow along with some of my other projects, like and subscribe and turn on your notifications, and I'll see you in the next episode. The only thing left that we have to do is test out the tractor. Thanks for watching. Well, I'm happy to report that the tractor works. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next episode.